Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
As a Canadore College alumni, you have access to perks. Canadore Alumni Perks. This is a lifetime membership that includes special access to great offers, opportunities to get involved, and so much more. Graduates can access discounts and special offers from businesses and hotels locally, across Canada, and internationally. Get information on special events and news, or access the alumni job portal. Keep in touch with Canadore's alumni office. Visit canadorecollege.ca/perks. Great things happen here.
You rely on your vehicle to take you to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.
The Frontline Podcast, Season 3. Courtney Kenny, Matthew Sukram, Derek Lindemann, Bob Coles, and Ben Long bring you closer to your favorite teams like never before. Covering everything to do with hockey in the North Bay area, exclusive interviews with the North Bay Battalion staff and players, expert analysis on the OHL, NOJHL, and more, keeping you up to date on all things Voodoos, Trappers, Lakers, and more. It's a new season, it's a new adventure. The Frontline Podcast Season 3. Available wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
The pregame show is brought to you by La Herda Imports, family owned and operated since 1995. Visit laherdaimports.com for more details. Players to Watch is brought to you by Mike the Financial Advisor. If you have financial questions, he has financial answers. On Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Mike the FA.
And we welcome you inside North Bay Memorial Gardens for a matchup here in North Bay of the Great North U18 League between the North Bay U18 Trappers and the new Liskeard Cubs. I'm Courtney Kenny, pleased to be joined by Ben Sargent here as we are just getting ready for this one. And Ben, we heard the sounder a moment ago, our players to watch. Why don't we go through our players to watch for these two teams, and I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, for sure. For the Trappers, we got Caleb Dawson. He's coming off a career high in points with 4 goals, 2 assists on Sunday, and a 9-5 win over the Kapuskasing Flyers. And kind of interesting, the Trappers coming off back-to-back wins against the Flyers, 2 games that you called over the weekend or last weekend as well. On the other side, for New Liskeard, we have Mason Brownlee, who last year actually played for the U16 AAA Trappers this last season. So kind of interesting, he gets to play against his kind of the older version of his former team here this evening, and it should be a good game, of course, with not a very high-scoring Cubs team up against a very good netminder as well, and Michael McIver for the North Bay Trappers.
So coming into this game, Mason Brownlee in 20 games has 3 goals, 5 assists, 8 points, whereas for the Trappers, Caleb Dawson has 9 goals, 8 assists for 17 points. 4 of those 9 goals, though, came in the weekend, as you mentioned, against the Kapuskasing Flyers. Real quick, though, we do have a bit of a pregame ceremony here in North Bay as they get ready to honor the Noah Strong and the Dugas family with, obviously the tragic story of Noah Dugas a couple of years ago, and the family dealing with the tragic loss of their 13-year-old son due to strokes. They've done a lot of good from a tragedy, making this charity and a foundation unto Noah Strong, and really helping out with anything and everything in the community, not just hockey. Last year they put out care packages into the North Bay Regional Health Center, to help families that were going through similar things, so that way they didn't feel like they were without. And now the parents, Dave and Jody, are being honored at center ice.
Yeah, a very tough thing, obviously, when you talk about losing a kid, especially that young. And to take something so tragic and bring it into a positive is always good. And obviously the community of North Bay also rallied around them as well, as there was a lot of support from the community, and they've done a fantastic job themselves in the community as well.
We used to showcase them on our power plays last year, where we would have a little feature on any and all power plays during the battalion game with their logo. And just a really great family to get to know, and just get to kind of spend some time with them. And like you said, and like we said, just turning a tragedy into a good news story. Making things kind of feel better. And then Noah himself having his jersey retired here at the Gardens. When you walk through the main concourse, you'll see it hanging up in the booth. But with that being said, it is time for the national anthems here. So on the front line, we'll be back on the other side of this.
Meals are a special time for families to gather, share their day, and spend quality time together. Those dinners are made extra special when you add tropical produce found in the markets and grocery stores that carry La Huerta imports. La Huerta knows the importance of family, so they know which quality products make the best quality meals for your customers, whether it be Mexican Hass avocados, Brazilian figs, Ecuadorian red dragon fruit, or something just as exotic and special. To get your supply of the best tropical produce at competitive prices with brands buyers trust, contact La Huerta Imports at 705-752-1478.
Community engagement is one of our core focuses at McDonald's. The key is finding the right people who are passionate about the same things we are, helping kids be kids. McDonald's proudly supports local organizations such as the North Bay Regional Health Center Foundation, Big Brothers Big Sisters, One Kids Place, the Children's Aid Society, and Ronald McDonald House Charities. Stop by McDonald's on 1500 Fisher Street, North Bay, to see how we can serve you and the community every day.
Hey there, I'm Mike the Financial Advisor. When you strip it down to its core and you take away all the industry jargon, I help people solve financial concerns. So if you're concerned that you'll never save enough to retire comfortably, or that your kid is going to graduate post-secondary $40,000 in debt, or maybe even that life is going to take a really unfortunate sideways turn and somebody is going to have to open a GoFundMe page for you and your family, I can help you prevent all of those things from happening. If you want to see how, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just do a search for Mike the Financial Advisor. You should find me.
And once again, welcome back to the North Bay Memorial Gardens here this evening as the North Bay U18 Trappers set to begin off a busy weekend with a date against the New Liskeard Cubs as we get ready for the center ice draw here. And New Liskeard wins it back into their own zone. New Liskeard in their road whites are going left to right this period. North Bay and their home reds are going right to left, and it's quickly back to Anello at the point. He takes the shot, and that just missed Brett Ruddy's net, the netminder for the Cubs, as the puck is back out into the neutral zone and sent back down into the Cubs zone. Now behind his net, that's Olsen. Olsen tried to get the puck up, but a quick shot comes in on Ruddy. And while we're at it, Ben, we'll talk about our starting goaltenders right now. Brett Ruddy comes to the game. Having played 20 games, he has a 3.44 goals against average. Mike McIver, the North Bay Battalion prospect, and that's why his pads look the way they do, because they are battalion green. Clashing a little bit with the red.
Yeah, and he was actually played for the battalion after Charlie Robertson was gone he had a bit of an injury and also gone for the OHL or the CHL top prospects game. And McIver comes in. It was a 4-0 loss to Oshawa, and he played one other game earlier in the season. It was
Hamilton.
He gave up 2 goals in a 4-1 loss to Hamilton, and overall has looked very strong, both in the OHL level and of course absolutely fantastic at the level here.
Puck back to the point. Boys takes the shot. That one flutters in on Ruddy. A secondary chance is turned aside. Puck sent out front. Gravel tried to knock it in, couldn't, and now going the other way is the Cubs as Carson Ruddy sent the puck in. And now another shot comes in. McIver kicks that one aside. You must think that the speed of this game for McIver is probably a lot slower than the last game action he saw on Sunday against the Generals.
Yeah, you got to imagine the puck's coming in pretty slow for him. As there's definitely a huge gap between when you see this versus the OHL and just how much faster that game develops.
Should be an interesting one to find out from a goaltending perspective. A good effort there by Boys. Keeps Ruddy from freezing that. Patrick Young, an affiliate player, also on the ice for the Trappers. Gets the puck back to McGill. McGill chips the puck in from the red line, so no icing there. And now the Cubs trying to get things going the other way. Up the ice. Trappers stop it from entering their zone. And try to send the puck down the other way, but instead it's back for McIver to play behind his net. Must be also strange at the OHL level there is that trapezoid. At this level there isn't, so for McIver to go from trapezoid to no trapezoid. Puck sent back to the blue line and sent in. McIver kicks that one aside.
We know how much McIver loves to play the puck, too, out of his net as well, especially in this league. He's very comfortable when he plays here with the Trappers.
Beamer. Look behind him to take a pass. Couldn't find anyone. Now the Cubs have the puck and regroup, but they quickly give it away to Anello, who leaves it for Jesse Lefebvre, fresh off a stint with the French River Rapids last night. Or Wednesday, I should say. Lefebvre tried to chip the puck in past Ruddy, couldn't get it to go. Now Lefebvre, also a battalion prospect, gets the puck out front to Dawson. Dawson skates in, can't get that one to go, and then trying to send it up high. That was Payer, and he couldn't get that one up and over Ruddy's glove as Ruddy stops that one.
Well, it's going to be kind of an interesting game when you look at New Liskeard. They're a team that does not score a lot of goals. They have trouble putting the puck in the net. If you look at their highest point total, it would be Rivard with 13, also tied with Carson Ruddy with 13 as well. And McIver being such a good goaltender, I think goals for New Liskeard are going to come to a premium. It's going to be all about trying to keep the puck out of their own net and trying to hopefully get a few by McIver here this evening.
This will be the first of a 3-3 for these Trappers. No strangers to that. They'll be heading up to Timmins to take on the Majors the next 2 days. And man, if it's feeling like minus 40 in North Bay, I don't want to know what it's feeling like in Timmins. Puck sent into the Cubs zone. Now behind his net with it, that's Olsen. Olsen looks up the ice and can't get it past Koistinen. And the puck is just knocked out of play, so we're going to get another whistle here, and they're going to set up on the near side the offside dots.
Oh, we talked about this before the game, but don't the Cubs jerseys remind you a lot of a certain team that used to be in the North Bay area quite a while ago? The Centennials, very similar lettering, very similar, obviously the same kind of coloring.
What are you talking about? That same team is still in the area. They're called the Centurion. I mean the Battalion. Boys.
Those are some nice jerseys too.
They are some nice. I mean, they are the Centennials jersey with a tank on the front, but I like that color scheme, and there's a reason why a lot of teams have that color scheme, like the Cubs here tonight. Puck back to the point. North Bay keeps it in, sends it across the zone. Behind his net, that's Blyer. Blyer, who has some history with the Hearst Lumberjack organization, otherwise known as the former North Bay Trappers of the NOJHL. Just speaking of, as Boys nearly gives the puck away, and he does, and that one's quick shot is just past McIver's net. Speaking of North Bay connections.
Yeah, Boys getting a little bit too comfortable there, as almost get caught for too many men on the ice there if it would have touched the Trappers player getting off the ice.
Thomason can't get the puck. Now coming into their zone is the Cubs. Cubs takes a shot. Good block there by Beamer. And now Heath Bradley with the puck. Bradley sends the puck down. Can't get it to go as the Cubs are able to knock it off of the glass. And now it's back out to the neutral zone. And now it's going to be McGill who sends the puck into the Trappers zone, but is sent right back down into the North Bay zone for icing. McIver out to play it, but it doesn't matter because it's an automatic icing at this level.
Yeah, and a pretty good start for the Trappers in the last probably 4 minutes, and then that last minute or so, not too good. They give a couple of bad giveaways in their own zone. Didn't really play with it well, and this is going to be a game. If you're the Trappers, you know this Cubs team struggles to score goals. It's going to be about getting some goals early on and really having a good lead in this game to try to put it away.
Well, there he is right there. 4-goal man Caleb Dawson pushing the puck into the blocker of Ruddy. But yeah, the name of the game should be getting out to as big a lead as you can early, or getting a lead early. But, and trying to suffocate the Cubs.
Yeah.
And if you're the Cubs, you're going to want to get one early to kind of put North Bay on their heels and show that you can play with the bigger boys in this league, as North Bay is second in the Great North U18 League right now and currently riding a 5-game winning streak as well. Out from the corner, Lefebvre. His centering pass goes to nobody. And now going down the ice, that's Gaudette Nickdur. Quick shot in. They tried to get the rebound. It was a wide open net if they could have. But McIver got the first stop, and they could never get the second shot away. Lefebvre on the far side wall gives it to McGill. McGill back to Thomason. Thomason with the puck, or rather that's Grayson Bradley to McGill. McGill can't clear his zone, then knocks his man down. And the puck is sent back around their end wall for Grayson Bradley to go after. Shot comes in, McIver with another good pad save. And now Dawson with the puck in his own zone, chips the puck down the ice, and that will be picked up by Blyer. In his own zone. Koistonen can't get it, so the Trappers regain control. Curry tried to knock the puck into the Cubs zone, but the Cubs recover. Just over 6 minutes played in this period and this game.
Talk about McIver, how comfortably he is playing the puck out of his own net and stuff, and you'll see that a lot in this game, where he's going to be able to come out of his net, play the puck in a little bit more of an aggressive way than what you'll see a lot of goaltenders in this league do.
Gravel battling behind the net, falling, can't get the puck though, and now the Cubs get it up to Koistonen. Koistonen goes cross ice looking for his man Ranu. Thomas Ranu gets into the zone, gives it to his teammate Carson Ruddy. Ruddy battling with the puck, loses it to Anthony Boyce. Now, Curry tried to get the puck up the ice, couldn't. Couch sends it right back the other way, but it's given up in the neutral zone. Gravel tries to chip the puck up, and a quick shot there is blocked in front of McIver's net. And now Anthony Boyce chases the puck down the ice as the rest of the Trappers go for a quick change. Boyce nearly knocking his man into the Cubs bench. And now a good back check there by Patrick Young, and a secondary effort by the Trappers D. Gets the puck off the Cubs stick, and now coming in way offside. That was Julian Trudell.
Well, some very sloppy play here. It continues for the Trappers as they just really can't get any sort of neutral zone game going. Every time they get the puck up near their blue line or into the neutral zone, the passes aren't crisp. They're not really clicking with each other, as they put in some great offensive pressure in the first few minutes of this period. And so far, the Cubs have had some great chances, but if you're New Liskeard, you've got to start getting some of these passes, moving McIver east and west versus some of these shots that are just going right into his body.
Yeah, we're right into the traffic in front of him, too, because there's been a few chances that have just not hit the net at all. And so far, it's looked like the Cubs have had the most pressure. Ouellette sends it down to Trudell. Trudell loses the puck. Ouellette picks it up. Now through the neutral zone goes the Cubs. Cubs into the zone, 2-on-0. Backhand chance, McIver with his first grade A chance against. And then we get a Cubs player that goes barreling into the net, and the net's off its moorings.
I believe they're going to take this out of the zone there, as they said that it's going to be intentional. They might bring this all the way back to the Liskeard zone. Or
no,
maybe
it's looking like it's coming by the Trappers bench.
Yeah, so that was a play with McIver, who has to make a really nice save again. Another defensive miscue from the Trappers, and McIver doing such a good job tracking that puck and almost gives up a bad rebound, but fortunately for him, no Cubs there to take over.
Maverick Hill tried to carry the puck in, lost it, and now it's Dawson who couldn't get the puck out of his skates, and it's gone down into the Trappers zone. Payer quickly to McGill. McGill with a shot that's wide of the net. And now it's Grayson Bradley kicks the puck up, looking for Dawson, can't get it to find his stick. Payer skates it in, tries to find Dawson with a bit of a shot as well, and that one hits a body, so it never made it to the net. Grayson Bradley keeps the puck in, chips it in. Now behind the net, that's Dawson. He was looking to go for the Michigan, and then he got promptly deposited on the seat of his pants because the Cubs didn't like to see that one at all. He had the chance. For sure.
Yeah, maybe tried to get a little bit too fancy on that play, but finally the Trappers getting a little bit of offensive pressure.
Well, this is the top line for the Trappers, even with Captain Justin Russo out of the lineup, looking like he's going to miss another weekend here, as he missed last weekend. He got injured in that tournament in Peterborough 2 weekends ago.
Yeah, the Trappers kind of unfortunately played super well. Didn't even lose a game, and unfortunately didn't find themselves in the next rounds. But overall, what a great weekend for them.
Yeah, and the thing that's funny is the team that got the tiebreaker, Waterloo, went on to win the tournament.
Yeah.
Gravel in the zone. Zone starts out. Gains the Cubs zone, goes cross ice to Anello. Anello into the middle of the ice for Curry. Curry's shot turned aside. And now on the far side wall, that's the Cubs. Cubs send the puck down the ice. That's past Couch's stick, and that's going to go for icing. So we'll get another stoppage here with 10:24 left in the first. 0-0 is your score between your U18 Trappers and the new Liskeard Cubs.
Well, Nate Gravel is a player who's kind of a very interesting guy. I think his stick handling and passing skills are really kind of above this league, and we've seen it in a couple of games where that's a great example where it's just super crisp passing and something you take for granted, but you don't necessarily notice too much in these kind of lower leagues.
And he has played a few games with the Powassan Voodoos as an affiliate player, and he has not looked out of place in the NOJHL so far in the games that he has played. Anello carries the puck up the near side wall, sends the puck out front. Reddy turns that one aside. And now New Liskeard just sends the puck into the North Bay zone. A bit of a weird bounce. McIver was looking to play it and then had to drop his stick as he fell to the ice to try and cover it up.
He almost got caught by that. It looks like he somehow lost the handle on his stick there, and obviously we know, if you've watched battalion games, you know how crazy lively these boards are and how the battalion will actually use them to their advantage and kind of play the ice a little bit. So as a goaltender, you always have to have, especially when it's your home rink, you always have to be aware of kind of how the boards play, how maybe the panels of glass around the rink, how those weird bounces happen. And McIver plays that one really well, not allowing it to get by him.
Quick update on an out-of-town scoreboard. The Powassan Voodoos currently find themselves down 2-0 to the Espanola Paper Kings in the first period. As a shot comes in, Ruddy plays it. That was a really long time as it was offside for the Trappers. Really long time with the whistle there, and then the Cubs promptly sent it down the ice for icing.
Well, another icing call against the Cubs. It's got to be the fourth or fifth one this period so far, and it's really just an inability there. They're trying to set up some sort of transition game, get the puck through the neutral zone, and unfortunately their passes aren't very crisp at all. They're not finding the guys they need to find, and Trappers need to take advantage of some of these offensive zone faceoffs and put some good pressure on Ruddy. He hasn't faced too many good shots so far in this first period, and they got to start putting some pressure, maybe some shots from the point, get some guys in front of him.
So you have shot from the point. That one's kicked aside by Ruddy. Dawson on the far side wall knocked off the puck, gets it back after Lefebvre fought for it, and then he sends a quick shot in, and Ruddy turns that one aside and covers it up for another whistle here. 9:25.
Well, kind of the same thing that the Cubs did there, that the Trappers did there, that the Cubs were doing on the other end, and that's just, you got to start moving these goaltenders side to side. You can't just take shots on them and expect good results. You've got to try and get some of these pucks into the high slot, get some rebounds, shoot for the pads, and try and get some second chance opportunities.
Rivard, one of the top point getters here, sends the puck in. McIver turns that aside with his stick. Now the puck back out to the point. And it's going to be Blyer who picks it up. Blyer tries to skate it in. He's gotten into a few games with Hurst, as we mentioned. Got in on McIver's net. Now McIver can't pick up his stick.
Yeah, he's having trouble with that stick today. He was kind of looking at the referee saying, what was that all about?
Yeah. Blyer just kind of ran in there and ran right into his net. Thomason with a bit of a hard hit on his man. And now the puck is just stuck along the wall. And now New Liskeard comes away with it. Back to the point for Blyer. Blyer takes a shot. McIver with a good kick save sends the puck out of the danger area. And now North Bay with the puck right back to the blue line. They can't clear. Blyer keeps it in. Blyer knocked off the puck by Anthony Boyes. And now Gravel is in a foot race. Can't manage to get the puck, and now there's a bit of a scrum in which New Liskeard comes away with it. Back to the point. Quick shot by the Trappers is knocked aside by Ruddy. Another chance. Whacked at. And stopped here, so we'll get another stoppage here as Ruddy covers that one up.
Well, those are the kind of situations that you need to get into, those rebounds that we just saw coming off Ruddy, as the only difference is that you got to be kind of winning those battles in that high slot versus the defending player. And one thing I wanted to say about McIver really quickly is that we saw on that last shot rebound control and his ability to move it out as that one hits the post.
Quick shot there, hitting the iron. As now New Liskeard trying to regroup. Puck sent down the ice for another icing call, and we'll get another offensive zone here for the Trappers.
But just to finish my thought on that earlier thing, what McIver does is he takes a shot, he goes to one side, and he uses his stick to tilt the puck up to go high in the air. The reason that's a big deal, even though there was no Cubs player around there, is you want to try to take away those second chance opportunities, and it's something that you don't see a lot of goaltenders, again, in this league doing, and it's something that really makes McIver stand out versus other goaltenders in this hockey league.
Funny thing about his equipment, I'm a sucker for goalie equipment, as Patrick Young is battling for the puck. This team unfortunately had an incident with a bus in November where the bus burned down, and thankfully no one was hurt, but all the equipment was lost. As a shot comes in, McIver gloves that one down. And of course all the equipment, as we mentioned, lost, so the team had to get new stuff. The battalion offered to help pay. Tisdale Bus Lines ended up setting up an account with Source for Sports, which helped them get all their equipment back. So McIver and the goaltender Perkart, it was weird, mid-season, both had like brand new looking pads, which you don't see in the middle of the season too often because usually it's covered in puck marks. And McIver used his new pads for maybe 1 or 2 games, and he said, I'm going to get battalion colors. I'm going to get another new set of pads. So McIver has gone through probably the most amount of pads I've seen in one season. They don't call him cash money for nothing. Lefebvre.
Well deserved.
Very much. Very much. Trudell battling for the puck, gets it back to the point. Cubs send it in. McIver comes out to play the puck. Gets it up the ice, and if North Bay's quick, they'll have a 2-on-1, but it is a 2-on-2. Dawson skates it in. Takes a shot. He picked the far side of the net. Missed the net, though. And now Payer plays it back to Dawson on the far side wall. About to Lefebvre with a good chance. And Lefebvre just sends that one high and over the net. Now with the puck, Sloggett. He tried to get it out front, and they do. There's 3 Cubs that were battling for the puck there for a moment against each other. Payer looks out front, trying to get it to Lefebvre. Now Lefebvre gets the puck away, gets it to Dawson. Dawson takes a shot right into the chest of Ruddy. And that one's pretty easy there for the goaltender to stop that one and get another stoppage here. With 6:08 left in the first period, still scoreless.
Well, Dawson, of course, coming off that 4-goal performance, 6 points against Kapuskasing, and would love to open the scoring here. You got to tell, he's getting more comfortable shooting the puck a little bit more as well, and getting kind of into that scoring, finding a scoring touch a little bit more this season.
Shot from the point there by Ethan Boys is turned aside by Ruddy, so we'll get another quick stoppage here with 6:04 left in the first.
Yeah, another instance where shots just going right into Ruddy's body. Not a lot of shots to that high blocker, high glove side, which a lot of goaltenders tend to struggle with.
Boys cross-ice pass, can't get that one to float to a player, but Curry does pick it up on the rebound off the boards, and now the Cubs, with room to skate, do just that. Through the neutral zone, into the Trappers zone, and that's going to be Ranu losing the puck, gets it back to his blue line. Now a big hit along the near side wall that was against Ranu, Thomas Ranu. Puck for the Cubs in the Trapper zone. A shot from the point is blocked, and now going the other way, it's going to be Gravel. Gravel goes cross ice to Boys. Boys in alone, takes a shot. What a save by Ruddy, and what a chance there for Anthony Boys, as he was able to get around his man and get in close and tight to Ruddy.
Yeah, that second line is a very underrated line for the Trappers there. As Gravel, of course, we talked about how his passing is so crisp, but we see Boys with some great stick handling there and a great opportunity. Unfortunately, this is he ends up finding his way into the net as well, which is going to draw the face-off outside of the zone, but great kind of chemistry between these two guys. As Gravel, of course, always finding his guy with the pass, and Boys dancing through the high slot, getting a great opportunity.
Another update on the Voodoo's game. No score, but a penalty was taken by the Paper Kings, and the player's name, Alexander Christopoulos.
Wow.
How many Alexander Christopoulos do you think there are in the world?
Not
Probably
enough to have that many people playing in Ontario, I guess.
5:04
He got
left.
demoted.
Judging by his numbers in Windsor, I'm going to go with a no. 5:04 left in the first period. Heath Bradley in for the draw. Loses it. And now the puck knocked into the neutral zone where Grayson Bradley knocks down his man really quick at the board. That's Ouellette. Now they share a bit of an exchange. Trappers getting the puck back into the zone. Now with the puck is Patrick Young. He takes a quick shot and Reddy stops that one. Now with the Trappers starting to get some, they weathered this early storm by the Cubs in this period, and now it looks like the Trappers are starting to gain some momentum here.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's all about pressure, but still the one thing that the Trappers need to start doing is getting those second chance opportunities.
Yeah.
Having some shots that are more towards the corner of the net. And right now, Ruddy's having not a super easy night, but a lot of these shots are not going to be too hard to save as they go right into his body.
Coach to Lefebvre. Lefebvre on the far side half wall. Twisting and turning, gets it back to Coach. Coach across the ice to Anello. Anello takes a shot. That one was tipped by Payer, but it went into the corner and didn't go on net. Puck now back to the blue line. Anello sends that one back in. And Ruddy tried to stop that one with the paddle of his stick. Now, the Cubs going the other way with Rivard. Rivard leading the charge. Tries to get a shot away, couldn't. McIver was right there at the post. Now another chance. Cross ice, that was Nickner. Couldn't get that one away. Dawson sends the puck up to the point. That one's kept in by the Cubs, but only momentarily. As now Trudell loses it to Payer. Payer in one-on-one. Takes a shot. Ruddy stops that one. And Trudell looked like he was turning around, and he ran right into the linesman there at center ice.
Yeah, not very heads-up play. Logan Rivard so far has looked like the best Cubs player so far, as he has danced through the defense a couple of times with the Trappers. And some great stick handling. Of course, he leads. He's tied with the lead with Ruddy with 13 points, and definitely in the 9 goals, you can tell that he definitely deserved.
Puck into the face-off dot off a shot. It hit a body in front and died by the Trappers. Gravel now battling for it. Gets it to Anthony Boyes. Boyes loses it though. And Hill tried to get the puck into the other zone and couldn't. Now in his own zone with it. That's going to be Blyer. And now the Cubs start off with Hill. Hill chips the puck in, chases after it. Thomason loses it, and now it's out front for Blyer. Blyer takes the shot. That one's blocked. And now Gravel just has to get around one Cub, but he can't. Gravel falling, loses the puck, and now some Cubs, or a Cub player and Gravel having a few words. Patrick Young battling for the puck with Blyer, but it's up to Hill quickly in the neutral zone. Hill loses it to Heath Bradley. Bradley carries the puck in, sends it into the corner, and it goes around the end wall. Young with it. Gets it up to Bradley. Bradley battling for it. Loses the handle on it. Now the Cubs trying to go the other way, but just flip it up and out of their zone instead. McGill to Anello. Anello starts and stops behind his net. Looks for Beamer. And that's going to go down the length of the ice for a very easy icing call with 2:16 here left in the first period.
Well, good pace so far in this game, as it's almost taken us just about 30 minutes to play 20 minutes worth of action. And yeah, it's been a good back and forth, but I think the Trappers so far have had the best scoring opportunities. And if you're the Cubs, you want to start creating some offensive pressure, as you really haven't had any really good opportunities last 8 minutes. But the Trappers have given them probably their best opportunities so far with a couple of bad giveaways. And right now, New Liskeard not able to take advantage of some of this sloppy play in the own zone.
North Bay not really able to take advantage either. Now, Payer with the puck. And it's just clogged up there at the blue line before Dawson tries to send the puck in. He gets the rebound back though as the Cubs send it back his way. And now the Cubs just send it in for McIver to play the puck. McIver looking for the outlet pass for Payer. It almost worked out, but it just died at the last moment. So that's going to be Trudell who gets the puck.
And that's just the confidence of McIver to be willing to throw that puck up there with a really good feed, almost a perfect feed to Payer. So that's something that, again, it just shows how comfortable McIver is in this league, and it kind of feels like this game goes very slow for him, which is always a good sign.
Getting some interesting texts from some friends up north talking about the Cubs, telling me that they're coming into North Bay like a runaway freight train. Better evacuate North Bay is what I was just told. We'll have to see what happens here as the game continues on. Now another shot quickly from the side of the net. It hits the side of the net, back to the point for Anello. And another one comes in, it's knocked aside, but before it even got to Ruddy. Anthony Boyes on the far side wall. Can't get the puck to go anywhere as there's another scrum that ensues along the wall. Quickly back to the point, the Trappers keep it in. We're into the final minute here. To Anello. Anello takes a shot, Ruddy on that one. Looking like a vintage Patrick Wall on the butterfly there.
Yeah, and again, a great pressure here from the Trappers, but I think when you start taking those shots from the point, you got to start getting some traffic in front, some tips. Again, a lot of these shots, something we've talked about a lot, is they're going right into the body of Ruddy. They're low on the ice. They're not high-quality shot or high-quality scoring opportunities. In some of these situations, that definitely could be.
Thomason sends the puck in deep. Heath Bradley after it. Looking for some options. Does find Beamer, but his pass misses him. Young with it behind the net. His pass out front didn't find anybody. And now Ethan Boyes chases it back to his blue line before he gets it to Bradley. And Bradley sends the puck in for Ruddy to chase after. Terrell sends the puck up to the near side half wall. And now Young gets around his man, gets into Bradley. Bradley skates in, takes the shot. What a save again by Ruddy. Ruddy really doing his part here. And now we get some rough stuff after the whistle. And we're going to get some penalties here as well as Bradley finds himself on the back of the net. But Ruddy, what can we say about his play here in the back half of this period?
Yeah, very good there. That final, we talked about high quality scoring chances. Young bringing that puck right into the high slot, uncontested, and then, of course, what a opportunity there from Bradley, who he gets stuffed by Ruddy, who's looked absolutely fantastic. We talked about a lot of these shots have gone into his body, yes, but he's had to make a couple of decent saves in this period. And with the dying seconds, it looks like there's going to be coincidental minors here as Bradley and Blyer both going to the box here with just under 7 seconds to go in the first.
Dawson back to Lefebvre. Lefebvre with a quick shot. That one hits a body, gets it back to Boyes at the point. Boyes can't keep it in, so that'll end this first period here. It was a 0-0 score between the New Liskeard Cubs and the North Bay U18 Trappers. And Ben, 20 minutes are here and gone. How are we feeling about that one?
Yeah, kind of interesting period. The Trappers, a lot of great opportunities. We talked about that very last opportunity with Bradley and Young, and unfortunately right now the Trappers aren't able to find the corners of the net. They're not able to really make Ruddy stand on his head a little bit. He's made a couple of great saves, but I think overall this has been a solid period for the Trappers. A little sloppy in the defensive zone, but you got to love the kind of offensive pressure, and you keep that up, the goals will come.
Well, that'll do it here for the first period of action at the Great North U18 League here in North Bay Memorial Gardens. 0-0 is your score between the Trappers and the New Liskeard Cubs. Keep your eye on the second period. We have a bit of a surprise for you coming your way, and looking forward to that one for sure. But first, let's get through the intermission. We'll be back at the end of the first intermission. As always, keep your eye on the front line.
This period is brought to you by Canadore Alumni Perks. Get information on special events and news, or access the alumni job portal. Visit canadorecollege.ca/perks for more information.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items, or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
As a Canadore College alumni, you have access to Perks. Canadore Alumni Perks. This is a lifetime membership that includes special access to great offers, opportunities to get involved, and so much more. Graduates can access discounts and special offers from businesses and hotels locally, across Canada, and internationally. Get information on special events and news, or access the alumni job portal. Keep in touch with Canador's alumni office. Visit canadorcollege.ca/perks. Great things happen here.
You rely on your vehicle to take you to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.
The Frontline Podcast, Season 3. Courtney Kenny, Matthew Sukram, Derek Lindemann, Bob Coles, and Ben Long bring you closer to your favorite teams like never before. Covering everything to do with hockey in the North Bay area, exclusive interviews with the North Bay Battalion staff and players, expert analysis on the OHL, NOJHL, and more, keeping you up to date on all things Voodoos, Trappers, Lakers, and more. It's a new season, it's a new adventure. The Frontline Podcast Season 3. Available wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
Meals are a special time for families to gather, share their day, and spend quality time together. Those dinners are made extra special when you add tropical produce found in the markets and grocery stores that carry La Huerta imports. La Huerta knows the importance of family, so they know which quality products make the best quality meals for your customers, whether it be Mexican Hass avocados, Brazilian figs, Ecuadorian red dragon fruit, or something just as exotic and special. To get your supply of the best tropical produce at competitive prices with brands buyers trust, contact La Huerta Imports at 705-752-1478.
Community engagement is one of our core focuses at McDonald's. The key is finding the right people who are passionate about the same things we are, helping kids be kids. McDonald's proudly supports local organizations such as the North Bay Regional Health Center Foundation, Big Brothers Big Sisters, One Kids Place, the Children's Aid Society, and Ronald McDonald House Charities. Stop by McDonald's on 1500 Fisher Street, North Bay, to see how we can serve you and the community every day.
Hey there, I'm Mike the Financial Advisor. When you strip it down to its core and you take away all the industry jargon, I help people solve financial concerns. So if you're concerned that you'll never save enough to retire comfortably, or that your kid is going to graduate post-secondary $40,000 in debt, or maybe even that life is going to take a really unfortunate sideways turn and somebody is going to have to open a GoFundMe page for you and your family, I can help you prevent all of those things from happening. If you want to see how, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just do a search for Mike the Financial Advisor. You should find me.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
This period is brought to you by Canada Alumni Perks. Get information on special events and news or access the alumni job portal. Visit canadacollege.ca/perks for more information.
We welcome you back here in North Bay Memorial Gardens. It's no score between the New Liskeard Cubs and the North Bay Trappers. So far, Ben Sargent alongside me, Courtney Kenny. And Courtney, first period in the books, no score, but a couple of great chances here from the North Bay Trappers.
Yeah, a couple of great chances really both ways, Ben, as the score remains scoreless. Of course, good period by Mike McIver in net for the Trappers. Good period in net for Ruddy as well. And that's Brett Ruddy, I should say, for the New Liskeard Cubs. And just the little thing I teased, we'll get the first play-by-play action done by Mr. Ben Sargent here in this period. So, if you don't like what you hear from Ben Sargent, any and all complaints can be sent his way, or actually Ben Long. We'll send it to him. He's our producer.
That sounds good. As we get ready for puck drop here, and it starts back in the New Liskeard zone as they bring it back. And up come the Cubs there. That's Ray. Ray holding it down in the zone. It's down on the far side of the Trappers zone as they're fighting for it in the corner as it pops out, and that is Couch with it behind the net. Couch passes it up, and the Trappers trying to break out, and it's stolen back by Brownlee, and stolen again here by the Trappers. It's Lefebvre bringing it up. Lefebvre dumps it back into the zone. He was there with Dawson. Now they're fighting in the corner, and it's brought back by New Liskeard as they try to bring it up. And the Cubs breaking out, stolen back by the Trappers here in the neutral zone. Back and in control are the Cubs, as it's kind of a back and forth so far in this opening minute of the second period. Both teams looking to break the deadlock here. Of course, the Trappers coming off a 9-5 victory of Kapuskasing. As they steal it, they come up into the Cubs zone as they're not able to make some solid passing. It goes back out, and they're going to have to clear the zone here as it was offside. Collecting it behind now in the Cubs zone. And that's Trudel. Trudel brings it up. Trudel now on the close side as it's stolen away by Young as it's brought back up. And there's a big hit, and it's brought back as that was Bradley pulling the body out there on Ouellette, now taken by the line, and the Trappers not able to keep it in as they take back control in the neutral zone. And Curry fighting for it there with Rivard. Rivard having a pretty impressive first period. A couple of great stick handles, a couple of great opportunities on McIver, as so far the Cubs having kind of a bit of a struggle here to get it up the neutral zone, and icing waved off as it touched about Bradley, and McIver now playing it as he always does behind the net. Good little pass there. It's up to Lefebvre. Lefebvre brings it up in a burst of speed. He's got men with him as it's put into the corner. Not able to find his target. There's Young there at the side for North Bay. Big hit by Bose at the Cubs line as Lefebvre takes it. And now Lefebvre getting into it with Ouellette a little bit as it's brought up by the Trappers. And Ruddy's just going to grab that. And what an interesting first period as Lefebvre jawed a little bit with the Cubs.
Yeah, Lefebvre's not afraid to mix it up in these games. Now we get Blyer and Heath Bradley also out of the box from their coincidental minors taken late in that first period. But Jesse Lefebvre, last year, Chris Dawson with Dawstar Video Productions put together scouting videos for the U16 Trappers. Jesse Lefebvre being a U16 Trapper last year, and he said his favorite player is Brad Marchand. I know I've said this before on the broadcast. Certainly looks like Brad Marchand at this level.
Definitely. A little bit smaller, though,
yeah.
I would say, as the Trappers. Now it's stolen there by New Liskeard, brings it up the shot, and McIver the save there, as that's Maverick Hill with the shot. A great little introduction there for the Cubs as they're trying to get something going.
Yeah, Cubs couldn't really get too much going in that first period. We'll have to see if they're able to ride some momentum here off that good shift. The Trappers are currently without Caden Cowell. He played last night and he had a goal and assist for the Espanola Paper Kings in Espanola, but he's currently out with an injury sustained from that game. So hopefully he's not out all week, and the Trappers could use him as he's one of the top scoring players on this Trappers team. And as we've seen in this game, they've missed his production.
Yeah, for sure. Almost 3 minutes gone here in the second period of play as it's brought up, and that is Godot Nickner as he brings it up. Nice little play as he's taken out by Couch. And now it's brought back up as Trappers try to break the zone, but they can't. That's Hill who brings it back in. McIver once again plays it as he throws it up against the glass to the near side. There's Olsen with a shot, and McIver again. We see that again with him, his ability to be able to kick that puck out and not really give any good rebounds in the high slot area.
Yeah, and that's something, if you watch the Battalion play, it's kind of a hallmark of their goaltender Dom DiVincentis, and what Maverick Parks, their goaltending coach, kind of teaches is, obviously most goaltenders want to kick the puck out and get any rebounds that they can into the corners or suck the puck in general. And McIver, at least at this level, we have yet to see him play for the Battalion live. He has played a couple of games with the troops this season. But at this level, he's done a fantastic job of keeping rebounds out of the high danger areas.
Yeah, and you don't see too much traffic in the high slot either, as here comes Couch bringing it up for the Trappers as they're trying to get something going here in the early parts of the second period. That's a Liam Major behind as he tries to get it out. He loses it here as it's saved at the line. Couch with it. Couch with a shot. Young tried to tip it. It goes wide. It hits the side of the net. Now Young in front, and it's cleared aside there, as that is Koistinen who keeps it out. Now Ruddy with a shot as he takes it, and Young getting a couple of good opportunities there in front of the net for the Trappers.
Speaking of Jesse Lefebvre, though, we talked about him a little bit earlier as he comes back out on the ice right now. He did dress for the French River Rapids as an affiliate player, and they did lose 5-2 to the Powassan Voodoos on Wednesday, which you can go back and listen to here on the Frontline Game Day broadcast. Derek Lindemann and Matt Sukram had the call from Powassan on that one on Wednesday.
Yeah, and that was definitely a very solid game. We've seen the Voodoos playing very well at home recently as it's brought up by the Cubs, and that is William Ray as he loses the puck, gets it back up, and now he's trying to fight off a couple of Trappers. He's knocked down there by Lefebvre. And now it's brought over, trying for a cross-ice pass. It's picked up, and here come the Trappers. It's Lefebvre coming up once again in numbers. Lefebvre shoots, and it's Ruddy with a nice little arm save. Lefebvre stole the puck. He brings it back to Payer. Payer wraps it all the way around. Can't find Dawson behind the net. As now it's being played on the far side as they fight for it. Lefebvre with it again. Lefebvre now over to Dawson as he tries to collect it behind the net, and it's picked up by the Cubs as they try to break out again. Again, more good offensive pressure here by the North Bay Trappers as it's flipped in by Jacob McGill. And the Cubs again playing it behind their net as they try to break out. Bad pass as it's stolen. And that's Anthony Boys. Boys brings it over, and there's Boys again with a shot. Stopped by Ruddy, and almost a good opportunity there as Boys takes it again back at the point. As they pass it back, Boys takes a shot. Ruddy, an easy pad save there, and it's taken up behind the net and brought across ice as that's Thomason. Thomason loses it in front to Ouellette. Ouellette loses it again, and there's Curry with a shot, and it stopped as it's kicked aside. And bringing it back up now is Carson Ruddy. Ruddy up to Ouellette. Ouellette, nice little play, gets bumped off the puck and is taken down by about 3 Trapper players looking for maybe a potential penalty call. The ref says no, as there's a loss there by Gravel. Gravel trying to bring it up to Curry. Now Gravel, as he gets slashed a little bit. No call there by Trudel. As Gravel able to pass it up, and he shoots it in right into the glove of Ruddy, who will hold on.
Yeah, you talk about the penalties in this game, and outside of coincidental minors in the late stages of the first period, there hasn't been any penalty calls. Not that there's been too many egregious misses here by the referees. All in told, I think they've called a strong game so far, but the referees not really getting their work in here as there's been no goals and no penalties to call.
A very easy night for them for sure. About 14 minutes left here in the second period. Still no score between these two teams. Not something you would go into this game, at least from the Trappers side, as they have been putting the puck in the net, especially last weekend in a back-to-back against Kapuskasing, game that you can, of course, hear live. Now we're going to get a penalty as some play behind the net should be going to, I believe, North Bay. As
we jinxed it.
Yeah, shouldn't have said anything.
No. We'll just stop talking for the rest of the broadcast.
As we'll see, they don't have any numbers on the side of their jerseys, so we'll have to wait till he turns around. So it's Couch who's going to go off, I believe. I missed the call. I believe it was a slash, potentially. Everyone Couch, but we'll have to double check, as it'll be the first chance for the Cubs here on the power play. So the first chance we're going to see New Liskeard's power play here is it's 1, and down at the point, that's Carson with it. Carson, he passes it over, and that's to Trudel. Trudel now over to Rivard. He brings it back, and now there's Trudel again. Trudel to Rivard. Rivard looking for a shot. He brings it over, shoots, and it's a good save from McIver. As a great opportunity there, as New Liskeard really doing a good job of moving the puck here on this opening power play.
Lots of good movement there by the Cubs, like you just said, and really a good save there by McIver as well. But the Trappers, they're not going to want to see much more puck movement like that from the Cubs if they can help it for sure.
Yeah, we talked about not a huge goal-scoring team, as here's Trudel now at the point. But they sure know how to bet it. Here's an opportunity, a shot. McIver, what a nice save as he's on the ice and it's underneath him. As Mike McIver, what a nice little save there as he has to be on his butt to make that one.
Yeah, and you know what? We talk about Caleb Dawson's dad, general manager of the Powassan Voodoos, Chris Dawson, here in attendance, obviously. And also he is the billet dad of Mike McIver as well. So yeah. Chris Dawson with a couple of irons in the fires, if you will.
Rivard's going to win the face-off here for the Cubs as it's brought over. Trudel again, he's been dangerous at that point on this power play. Now over to Rivard. Trudel controlling it now to Rivard on the side. Point in front. There's a shot. McIver, another save, rebound. And it goes wide. Another great opportunity. That was the first shot by Thomas Renault. That just goes wide, and now Trudel collects it up as Ruddy plays it to him, and in comes Trudel. He passes it up looking for Ruddy, and Ruddy was looking like, where was that going, as it goes about 5 feet in front of him and down for an icing with 1:03 to go in the penalty to Couch and 12:54 to go in the second period.
Minute 3, like you said, left. Lots of interesting storylines in this game. We just talked about general manager of the Voodoos, Chris Dawson. Well, his general manager counterpart of the Hearst Lumberjacks is also on the bench here for the New Liskeard Cubs, and that's Jonathan Blyer, who is the GM of the Hearst Lumber Kings.
Yeah, a lot of connections.
Lumberjacks, sorry.
Lumberjacks, yeah. Of course, Hearst, a team that the Voodoos saw recently in a game that was a lot tighter than the score might suggest, is we both bought you that.
Especially in the third period.
Yeah, that was an exciting third period after a 4-0 lead from the Voodoos, as here comes the Cubs. As there's Hill, and Hill brings it back to the point, and that's stolen, and here's an opportunity for Gravel. Gravel coming in. He shoots, he scores! Oh, sorry, that's Jacob Beamer, my mistake. It's hard to see some of these numbers sometimes, but Jacob Beamer, respect he's due, as what a shot, goes right to the 5-hole, and it's 1-0 Trappers.
Yeah, Jacob Beamer with a great stick poke at the blue line, and he goes down for the breakaway with a great chance to just beat Ruddy cleanly. And unfortunately for Ruddy, not much he could do, as that was a perfectly placed shot and really well executed by Beamer on that one. We've seen his skill on display here for this Trappers team in years past, but good shorthanded goal here for the Trappers. And if anyone thought coming to this one, with the way that the first period had gone, that a shorthanded goal would be the tiebreaker or icebreaker right now, I mean, put some money on red or something when you go home. Yeah,
as you said, shorthanded goal here for the Trappers on what was a good starting power play for the Cubs as they were trying to break the scoring. And to my credit, Gravel 17, Beamer's 18. So
we'll give it to you on that one.
My apologies there, as Dawson almost stealing the puck in front of his own zone, as the Cubs now struggling as the power play now over. And we're back to 5-on-5 as Couch back out of the box. And it's brought all the way down, and that should be an icing. I thought that might have hit Bradley's stick, but the linesman says that's icing, and it's going to go back to the Cubs zone.
To your credit, at the Voodoos level, I called in Matthew McMillan goal as Caden Long, and then Caden Long goes and scores, and you can hear me in it's the NOJHL highlight of the night.
Yeah.
You can hear me say, for real this time.
Yeah, I remember that.
Nobody would have context of it, except for you and I, who had listened to the game already. So
I said something about Caden Long right after, and you're like, no, that was the wrong person. And we kind of both looked dumb there, as they have to redo the face-off here. As
We're supposed to be experts.
Yeah, not experts yet. As
no, we have a long way to go.
A couple of the Cubs getting kicked out of the face-off dot. Now it's brought back, and that's going to be Ethan Boyes. As it's brought in, and Ruddy plays it. Can't really blame Ruddy on that goal either.
He's fantastic.
He really has. Obviously, his numbers aren't too bad, but he's played well above them here this evening, as it's brought in by the Trappers. Chance, shot, stopped by Ruddy, rebound, chance, and what a great chance by the Trappers, as that's Lefebvre. Now over to Boyes. Now a shot from the point, stopped, and Ruddy now getting a lot of opportunities. The puck's in front, he scores! The Trappers picking up, as it's Jacob Payu who gets the goal there, and wow, as it's a rebound chance that is open there, and Ruddy not getting any help from his defense, as it's now 2-0 Trappers, just like that, with 11:05 to go.
All right, we're going to let you call all the games from now on, because it was 0-0 when I was calling. And it was quickly 2-0 here for the Trappers, with Payer, who started the year with the French River Rapids as well in the NOJHL, coming in and just potting a puck right there in the blue paint, able to get going here for the Trappers, who just recently scored the first goal of the game. And now, quickly, that hole for the Cubs is 2-0.
Yeah, and it looks like Ruddy was almost had that too. That was very surprising to see that puck go in the back of the net, as he wasn't able to get a hold of it. And now here's another chance for the Trappers, as that was Boyes again coming up. And now another one, as the Cubs starting to crack a little bit on defense with some sloppy play. And you can see the Trappers getting a chance, as that puck slips out to him and he takes it up. And really good push from the Trappers here in the last 2 minutes.
Really good push, as the Trappers are trying to put more pressure on this this Cubs team, who kind of looks like it's starting to get into their psyche a little bit, like you mentioned. The cracks are starting to show on defense. It's up to North Bay to continue to put the pressure on to expose those cracks. And we're going to have to see if they're able to do so more, as there's a lot of great offensive weapons on this Trappers team.
Yeah, Curry with the puck there. He took the face-off for Gravel. There's a chance, a shot, and Ruddy again kicks it aside. The Cubs not able to even get out of their zone, it seems, as they're really struggling. Kept in again by North Bay, and now finally the Cubs have a little bit of possession here as they pass it back and forth, looking to try to exit the zone. There's a pass up as it goes to Danik Coate, and it's brought back to, and now a penalty coming up to the Trappers. Looks like an interference call. And we'll see who's going to the box there, as, again, no numbers on the sleeves.
No numbers on the sleeves.
So really it's Couch again. Couch's second time this period going for interference this time with 10:16 to go. And the last time the Trappers were on the penalty kill, they ended up getting a goal.
Yeah, worked out a little bit, and it's the exact same script here with Couch in the box. So we'll have to see if the Trappers are able to do the same thing once again, as they now will have to kill off this penalty.
Well, who else but Beamer right there as he tries to steal the puck. Now he does, and he puts it out in front, but nobody's there, obviously. Down a man, and up come the Cubs into the offensive zone, as that was Ryan Miller. Not the former Buffalo Sabre goaltender Ryan Miller. Not sure what he'd be doing playing in this league, but there's Logan Rivard down in the corner now, finally set aside. Maybe he's trying his chance at a forward this time. I don't know. I don't know, but as it's brought up. And here's an opportunity. Here's Olsen. Who was in all alone. And now an opportunity. McIver kicks it aside. Mike McIver again tracking that puck very well, as Olsen was all alone on the near side by the blue line, as it's brought around. Here's Carson Ruddy. Ruddy bringing it up. He's being attacked there by Young, as Ruddy brings it up. Ruddy all by himself, trying to do everything himself there, as Ouellette has it. Now Ouellette in front, shot, and that's stopped. That was Maverick Hill with that good opportunity. McIver looking very good as Gravel brings it up. Gravel gets his pocket picked there by Hill, and now Gravel still with it in the near side. Gravel fighting with Hill, and now the Cubs getting a little bit of help there, as it was Brownlee coming in. And now they have it behind their own net, trying to get something going. And again, we see the Trappers, very solid penalty kill. Only maybe one or two opportunities that the Cubs have had, as this is now Liam Major trying to get out of it. Major over to Brownlee. Brownlee collecting it up. Now back to Major. Major brings it up along the court. Now here come the Cubs as it's taken away. And that was Aiden Thomason as he sends it back down. And now it's a race for the puck. Dawson coming in for the Trappers as Brownlee's able to get to it first. Brownlee brings it across. Brownlee still bringing it with a burst of speed. Brownlee all the way around, shoots! And McIver, what a save. And now it looks like he's shaking his hand, as he might have gotten that puck up on the wrist area where there's not too much padding sometimes. And Brownlee, a burst from speed all the way from his own defensive zone, brings it all the way around, in a beautiful scoring chance for the Cubs.
Yeah, Mason Brownlee showing exactly how used to this Memorial Gardens ice he is, as he played for the U18 Trappers last year, and battling with his former teammate Caleb Dawson in the corner to get that puck. And Mason Brownlee just doing his part here to really showcase his skill set here for the Cubs, and almost did it all himself, as he actually made a difficult shot on net, and McIver had to make an uncomfortable looking save.
Yeah, McIver's looked good today. Bowies brings it down. There's 8 minutes to go here in the second period. 2-0. The Trappers finding 2 goals past Ruddy, who's had a very good game. And Couch now all the way from the point. Couch, 2 penalties taken in this period, though one of them ended up with Beamer's shorthanded goal that broke the scoring, as in come the Cubs, and big hit there as McIver stops it. That was Julian Trudel getting absolutely taken down by the North Bay player there right as he gained entry of the zone.
Yeah, and this Trappers team is not afraid to play with some tenacity and throwing their bodies around and making some big hits. We've seen a few big hits in this game, and all of them have been North Bay making the hits. It hasn't really been much for New Liskeard on the other side making hits.
Well, the one game that I called was back just after Christmas with the Trappers, and Lefebvre was putting the body everywhere in that one, as here comes the Trappers bringing it in, and now it's going to be a delayed offside, as that was Heath Bradley who needed to get out of the zone, and now the Cubs trying to get anything to go here in this neutral zone, and now a good opportunity here as it's Maverick Hill brings it around, and now with the puck has got it Nickner as it's brought back, and that was Liam Major. Now overshot, and again McIver looking very strong. He hasn't been tested too much. A lot of these shots with his great positioning going right into his body.
Quick update again on our Powassan Voodoos here, as Cameron Lemke has scored a goal for the Voodoos in the second period halfway through, assisted by Jack Kelly and Tucker Shields. It is now a 2-1 game with Espanola still leading, but the Voodoos showing some life on the ice.
GM Chris Dawson, of course, of the Voodoos here in attendance as his son playing for the Trappers. He was very happy about that update as it's brought around. That's Liam Major bringing it around, and now up to Carson Ruddy. It's stolen by Lefebvre right at the line. Lefebvre, a couple of Trappers players trying to dig it out. Now Lefebvre brings it into the zone, and there's Ouellette. Ouellette gets it knocked off his stick by Bradley as Major brings it up, and that's Carson Ruddy. Ruddy can't get anything going. Really good defense here as Dawson, again, not letting Ruddy have any room, and now it's brought around and trying to get it out of the zone. There's Lefebvre, kicks it out, but it hits off his stick. Now here's Rivard. Rivard comes in. He gets pushed off the puck there by Bradley Grayson, and now it's brought up back at the line. Shot. McIver again looking solid as the Trappers have done a fantastic job in this period, really not giving the Cubs too many offers as Rivard's been all around the puck so far in this game.
Rivard has certainly looked the part as the top point getter here, or one of the top point getters, I should say, for the new Liskeard Cubs. And he's definitely been, like you said, buzzing around all game long for New Liskeard. And if anyone's going to pot a goal, you feel like it's going to be him or Brownlee at this point.
Yeah, exactly. The Cubs trying to at least get one more with 6.5 minutes to go. Here's Curry. Curry brings it up the near side as the shot misses, and it goes back to the point. And now the Cubs trying to get it out of their zone. It's kicked aside. They're fighting for it there as Curry almost gets it back, and now it's brought back, and here come the Trappers. Good dance. A little backhanded shot goes wide. And now it's not out of the zone as they're able to keep it in. And that one is picked up there by Blair, and Blair brings it out and trying to pick up Renault as he is not there. Icing waved off. Renault into the corner. Nice little hit there as he's fighting for it behind the net. And now it's brought out in front. Great chance there as McIver yet again is right there to make a relatively easy save as that was on William Ray, and the Cubs again pressuring a little bit here.
Mike McIver, again, spending a lot of time at Chris Dawson's house as he is the billet dad for Mike McIver. And one thing about Chris's place is converted his garage into a shooting gallery, really. And it's a really neat setup, and that's how Caleb's gotten such a great shot. And, of course, McIver honing his skills in that, too. And we might see a bit of a appearance by Tuukka backup in that ice box as well.
And we've seen Dawson, of course. We talk again of that 6-point game against Kapuskasing, 9 goals. His Couch now fighting with Young in it. There's Bradley. Bradley can't get his pass over to Beamer, who has the opening goal of this period. And there's a big hit. And again, the Trappers throwing their body around. And it's got to be hard to be a Cubs player. Here's a chance, a shot there by Kostinin is just wide. And now it's finally taken out of the zone. But again, the Trappers not afraid to throw around the body. As now trying to get it again. They lose it at their... And now we're going to get a whistle here. It looks like they went offside, as that was Patrick Young going offside. And again, we see some big hits by the Trappers, and I think it's phasing the Cubs a little bit as it's not a fun time to be a Cubs player.
No, I wouldn't want to be out there on the ice right now. It's almost like Liam Arnsby coming at you from the North Bay Battalion.
Yeah.
And you're going to keep getting up and say, what's the number of that truck that just hit me?
Of course, Arnsby rumored to be back Sunday in our next broadcast as Kingston comes to town.
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock start, yeah, not a 2 o'clock start, 4 o'clock. We'll have to adjust our times there. He's been out quite a while. There's a shot from the neutral zone in on McIver. He's been out with dealing with an illness that has kept him out of the last couple of weeks. So it'll be nice to get him back into the lineup with the amount of injuries Battalion have. And now they bring it up, the Trappers into the Cubs zone. And now it's brought all the way back, no icing, and going back to chase it as McIver plays it. And now the Trappers with it behind their own zone, but they're getting caught, and now a great scoring opportunity from the Cubs as they're not able to get a stick on it, but not a good play by Pyer there, who almost got caught, giving it up, and McIver having to get the puck out of the front of the slot area. Now in with a burst of speed. Here's Bradley, or Lefebvre trying to get over to Dawson, couldn't get it out. And that is Godot Nickner now with the puck behind the net for the Cubs. Cubs again trying to get something going. That shot off a body, and now here's Curry with a shot, stopped by Ruddy, who's been very solid in this game. Unfortunately, we don't have a shot counter, so we can't see too much of how many shots he saved, but he's got to be close to about 20-plus shots, or 25-ish shots so far, as it'll now be an offside. But yeah, Ruddy is really the reason why this game's still 2-0 at this point.
He's looked solid all game long. In fact, maybe even better than solid, but I didn't bring my thesaurus with me here tonight to talk about all the different ways. Now it looks like the Powassan Voodoos have indeed tied it up here in the second period. Mitch Wilkie, who's been on a heater as of late for the Voodoos, especially coming from a defenseman. Good to see there, as Powassan has come back from a 2-0 deficit to tie the game up against Espanola in Espanola against the Paper Kings.
Well, Ouellette there in the Cubs zone, can't get a hold of it, and now it's brought up. That's Blair trying to play with it. Now it gets stuck out in front and near the center ice. That was Ruddy with a shot. That Ruddy, Rivard, and Ouellette line has really been dangerous for the Cubs. Not goals yet, but they've been all over the puck in this second period and in the first period as well, as it's brought back. Man, that was Siga trying to get it in, and now the Trappers with a little bit of pressure trying to get it out as they bring it back up into the neutral zone. There's a nice little transition pass as that was Boyes getting it up. And pass goes past Curry, now trying to feed Curry in front, but not able to get it in. And now behind the net, Curry still fighting for it. The Trappers not giving the Cubs any spot. Big hit by Boyes there in the Cubs zone, and now in come the Cubs. Good opportunity here from Renault, as Renault still with the puck, and he tries to get it out in front for Ray, but he's not able to corral it, and up come the Trappers. A little cross pass there for Gravel, just out of his reach from Bradley, and now Gravel with it behind the net. Gravel. Now he gets knocked down there by Blair, and back come the Cubs. The Cubs up, and Beamer very, very close to potentially getting a tripping call as he almost tripped up Brownlee on that play, and back in the defensive zone, there's Olsen. Olsen with it, loses it, and now here come the Trappers. Pass in front, shot, and that goes wide, as that's Beamer looking for his second of the night. Here's a chance for Bradley, as Bradley now holding it in the near side. Bradley with it, brings back to Boyes. Boyes cross-ice pass, and that was over to Thomason, who can't corral it, and now the Cubs trying to get it out again. Great pressure here from the Trappers, as in comes Renault with a shot. McIver again plays it as he takes a shot up and now into the neutral zone. It's picked up by the Cubs. The Cubs now playing it, trying to find some sort of offense here as it's brought up. There's Cote. Cote loses it though, and it goes back, and now the Trappers trying to gain the zone. This comes in Dawson. Pyre's right there. Dawson now collects it. Dawson trying to do a little spinorama pass. Pyre now behind in front, looking for Lefebvre, and again that Lefebvre, Pyre, and Dawson line has been all over the puck so far. It's brought behind the net for the Trappers as they try to regroup. They bring it back up the ice, and here's Couch. Both the penalties so far. 1 minute to go here in the second period. 2-0 for the Trappers. Both goals coming in this period. Beamer opening the score. He's short-handed, as here's a chance in front. Lefebvre, an opportunity, and Ruddy is there to stop it, and now some pushing behind. And Courtney, as we look at this second period, it's been a great second period here for the North Bay Trappers.
Yeah, they've been all over the ice, up and down, and getting some great shots on Ruddy. And Ruddy really, you can't really blame him for the 2 goals against. He's looked absolutely fantastic. If there's been an MVP so far through the first almost 40 minutes here of this game, I'd have to give it to Ruddy.
Yeah, Ruddy, both goaltenders looking very good, but yes, Ruddy unfortunately on the wrong side of this 2-0 deficit. The Cubs have put a little bit of pressure on McIver, but it's been broken, and it's been kind of here and there as there's an opportunity. That was Trudell trying to get it out. Now it's, again, an inability to clear the zone for the Cubs. It's kind of costed them some great opportunities. Now there's about 20 seconds left in the period. They're fighting for it in the net. There's Boyes trying to fight for it in the corner with Trudell. Gravel also there trying to get it clear as Boyes finally gets cleared out to the point, and the Trappers one last chance with about 10 seconds to go, but it goes out into the neutral zone, and that should do it for this period as it's stolen. Maybe a last second opportunity for the Cubs, but that will not be the case as the period officially comes to an end. 2-0 here as some extracurricular after the ice. And again, 2 periods in the books, 40 minutes, 2-0 now, and the Trappers seem to have this game by the throat, it feels like, with all of the momentum going on their side.
Yeah, I mean, a 2-0 lead is not a huge lead, but when you have a guy like Mike McIver in your net, it certainly feels like it's it's a mountain here for the Cubs to try and play. But you know what? Anything can happen. All they need is really one quick bounce to go their way, and next thing it's a 1-goal game. I mean, Ruddy's done his part for sure for the Cubs in that, and as we mentioned, you know, Rivard and Brownlee and the Rivard's line looking very strong so far here through the first 40 minutes. But going into the third period, the Trappers have the 2-0 advantage, and it's 20 minutes between them and a 6th straight victory.
Well, as you said, there's 20 minutes left to go, and we're going to take a short break here on the front line as we're going to have our intermission, and then we're going to go right into the third period. So stay with us here. As always, keep your eye on the front line.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
As a Canadore College alumni, you have access to perks. Canadore Alumni Perks. This is a lifetime membership that includes special access to great offers, opportunities to get involved, and so much more. Graduates can access discounts and special offers from businesses and hotels locally, across Canada, and internationally. Get information on special events and news, or access the alumni job portal. Keep in touch with Canadore's alumni office. Visit canadorecollege.ca/perks. Great things happen here.
You rely on your vehicle to take you to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.
The Frontline Podcast, Season 3. Courtney Kenny, Matthew Sukram, Derek Lindemann, Bob Coles, and Ben Long bring you closer to your favorite teams like never before. Covering everything to do with hockey in the North Bay area, exclusive interviews with the North Bay Battalion staff and players, expert analysis on the OHL, NOJHL, and more, keeping you up to date on all things Voodoos, Trappers, Lakers, and more. It's a new season, it's a new adventure. The Frontline Podcast Season 3. Available wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout
Tonight's 3 Stars is brought to you by Dave's Automotive Services, 411 Airport Road in North Bay. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect from Dave's. Meals are a special time for families to gather, share their day, and spend quality time together. Those dinners are made extra special when you add tropical produce found in the markets and grocery stores that carry La Huerta imports. La Huerta knows the importance of family, so they know which quality products make the best quality meals for your customers, whether it be Mexican Hass avocados, Brazilian figs, Ecuadorian red dragon fruit, or something just as exotic and special. To get your supply of the best tropical produce at competitive prices with brands buyers trust, contact La Huerta Imports at 705-752-1478.
Community engagement is one of our core focuses at McDonald's. The key is finding the right people who are passionate about the same things we are, helping kids be kids. McDonald's proudly supports local organizations such as the North Bay Regional Health Center Foundation, Big Brothers Big Sisters, One Kids Place, the Children's Aid Society, and Ronald McDonald House Charities. Stop by McDonald's on 1500 Fisher Street, North Bay to see how we can serve you and the community every day.
Hey there, I'm Mike the Financial Advisor. When you strip it down to its core and you take away all the industry jargon, I help people solve financial concerns. So if you're concerned that you'll never save enough to retire comfortably, or that your kid is going to graduate post-secondary $40,000 in debt, or maybe even that life is going to take a really unfortunate sideways turn and somebody is going to have to open a GoFundMe page for you and your family, I can help you prevent all of those things from happening. If you want to see how, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just do a search for Mike the Financial Advisor. You should find me.
Tonight's 3 Stars is brought to you by Dave's Automotive Services, 411 Airport Road in North Bay. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect from Dave's.
Players to Watch is brought to you by Mike the Financial Advisor. If you have financial questions, he has financial answers. On Facebook, Instagram, and...
This period is brought to you by Canada Alumni Perks. Get information on special events and news or access the Alumni Job Portal. Visit canadacollege.ca/perks for more information.
We welcome you back inside North Bay Memorial Gardens as Derek is now officially fired for the first time tonight as he's producing this game. And he's throwing it to random commercials as we welcome you back. It is 2-0 Trappers. Both goals happening in the second period. And according to our players to watch, so far, so good as let's go over Caleb Dawson for the Trappers.
Yeah, coming into this game, he had 4 goals in the last game against the Kapuskasing Flyers. We're looking for him to contribute more offensively, and he has done a good job of controlling the pace of play. It's just that Ruddy in net, Brett Ruddy's done a much better job of making saves. And then on the other side, Mason Brownlee. He's been impressive at times, actually, for this Cubs team. And like I said in the second period, if I feel like anyone's going to score, he might be one of the first Cubs to do so.
For sure, him and Rivard have been all over the puck as Dawson now with the puck behind it as he gets kind of taken down hard into the boards as he lost an edge. There's Lefebvre now behind it, now over to Dawson. Fighting in the zone, back to Anello. Anello will bring it back in, and that one almost took a weird bounce as it off Ruddy's skate. And now Lefebvre has it down in the corner again. The Cubs struggling to get it out of their zone. There's a chance as Lefebvre picks it up again at the far side. Lefebvre can't get it out, and that's another puck that goes off of Dawson as it's a failed clearing attempt. And now Dawson again being held up against by Liam Major. And now it's brought all the way around, and Nello's going to pinch in to take that as it's Payer there behind him, covering. Now it's behind the net, and it's brought up by Renault. Renault loses the puck. Here's Dawson again. He's been all over the puck. It's Dawson again behind the net. Dawson in front, and shot goes off Ruddy as he tried to feed it into the high slot. As he must have heard us talking about our players to watch. As Dawson, what a shift for him as again, and here's a good chance. A good pass from McIver to Boys. Boys with Dawson. Dawson a chance, and it's poked aside by Ruddy as they're able to get it out. And again, we see McIver as a nice little hit by Ouellette there. And there's Boys. Boys taken down hard, and he loses the puck. And Boys now giving a little shot as he leaves that. Sorry, that was Curry as it's brought behind the net. Again, McIver playing the puck as his pass goes and finds a Cubs player. Now actually ends up in a Trapper's hand as it's by right there, as it's able to be kept in by the Cubs. And here's Curry bringing it up for the Trappers. Curry's pass goes to no one, and that should be an icing call. Of course, that automatic icing at this point as 18-11 to go in the final frame. And what an opening start for Caleb Dawson.
Yeah, he's looked dangerous all game and really hammering that point home here in early start to the third period. And of course, another thing about the New Liskeard Cubs that might be of interest to some fans in North Bay, famous alumni of the New Liskeard Cubs, Justin Brazeau, former North Bay battalion, having come up through New Liskeard. New Liskeard, of course, being his hometown. And then, of course, now plying his trade with the Providence Bruins in the AHL currently.
Yeah, Brazeau, of course, what a player for the battalion, and then picked up.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Unfortunately, still not able to find his way into an NHL level, but he's been a fantastic at the OHL level, but he's still there, and he's still impressive when you can continue to play at a professional level regardless of what league it's in, as 17:52 to go.
He started out his professional career with the ECHL's Newfoundland Growlers after he had signed an AHL deal with the Toronto Marlies, and then played the COVID year with the Marlies. So he never really got his chance, although he started on the top line with the Marlies at the beginning of that year, but eventually found his way down to healthy scratch a few times. And just one of those guys that didn't get it going during that COVID season, but good to see him putting up some bigger numbers now with the Providence Bruins.
And it just shows no matter how good you might be in the OHL level, the NHL is such a different beast. As there's a chance in front. Ruddy, now the puck is at the side of the net, almost found its way through. And now we're going to get another face-off here to the right of Ruddy.
Another thing about the New Liskeard Cubs, just for myself personally, their arena, the Don Shepherdson Memorial Arena, kind of holds some significance in my past. Is when I used to play hockey, got to go up there in the Tri-City tournaments between Cobalt, Haileybury, and New Liskeard, and our team actually took home the tournament in that arena. It was a fun game to play. The only game I've ever played in New Liskeard, actually, as we played the bulk of our time in Cobalt and Haileybury in that tournament. But the one game we played there, we made it count. It was the final, and we took home the trophy for that Tri-City tournament. And always a good time when you could get on the road and play mini sticks in the hotel with your teammates, of course.
Yeah, I think anybody who's played house league hockey in Northern Ontario knows that area quite well. As here's an opportunity. Dawson again all over that puck, as that Lefebvre, Dawson, and Payer line has been a beast. A big hit there. And that was Grayson Bradley now with a big hit as he gets by the point. Bradley now over to McGill. McGill, the shot goes wide. And the Cubs again struggling to get the puck out of their own zone, as nice little hit by Bradley there as it's brought in to the neutral zone. Stolen by the Cubs, and now in comes New Liskeard. A great chance for Blair there as he's pinching up Blair. A big hit off of Bradley, and it looks like Bradley, as he's talking to Blair, he's going to go off. Kind of a high check, maybe right to the head. I think that's what they're kind of discussing right now, but again, another big hit from the Trappers.
Looks like we're going to get 2 and a 10, so he's going to get holding.
Yeah.
And then he's going to get 2 for interference.
So he might get
maybe 4.
Very interesting with that one. Definitely.
That's Grayson Bradley in the box, too.
Yeah, very interesting what this is going to pan out, because it looks like there's 4 minutes. So it's going to be 4 total. Of course, Beamer already getting the opening goal on a shorthanded chance, and this is going to be another opportunity for Espinola.
It is a 4-minute power play as well. So double minor here.
Here's Miller with a chance. Miller now over, and here's a chance. A one-timer shot from Rivard goes wide, and now they can't clear it as Boyce finally gets it out. Boyce brings it down. That's Gravel bringing it up for the Trappers as he's trying to kill off some more time. This will be a very important penalty kill for the Trappers, who are only up 2. So, of course, if they score within the first 2 minutes of this power play, there will still be an additional penalty they'll have to kill off. As here's Rivard now skating in his own zone as he brings it up the neutral zone. Rivard dancing through the neutral zone through his pad. Here's Rivard. Shot misses. What a chance there for Rivard. He's been all over the puck. And now that is Ruddy. Carson Ruddy with it behind the net. Ruddy bringing it around. There's Ruddy now still with the puck. He's not giving it up as he's looking for a place to pass it, and it's brought back. Now right back to Ruddy. Now back over, that's Trudel as he brings it into the corner, and Rivard now has it on the side. Rivard back to Trudel. This line, first power play unit, definitely does a great job moving the puck. We saw that the last time as Trudel's pass hits off his stick, and now Trudel has it again at the line. There's Ruddy. Ruddy's pass is blocked, and now Ruddy gets tripped up. No call, scores, and Rivard right in the high slot puts one by McIver with 2:29 still to go in the power play, so there'll still be another 2 minutes to kill for Bradley, and it's 2-1 Cubs.
So the official call was 2 minutes for holding the stick and 2 minutes for interference was the call against Bradley. So as Ben mentioned, because they scored before that 2 minute mark on the power play, they still have a full 2 minutes here. So the two teams trading some special team markers here as North Bay was able to get a shorthanded goal to open the scoring from Beamer, and now Rivard there with a goal, able to get one past McIver on the power play. Interesting to note, North Bay has yet to have a power play yet this game.
Yeah, and of course, of everybody to score there, Rivard, you kind of felt that he was going to get one by, as this one's going to be now taken offside. As a little bit of discussion after that play, as 14:46 to go, 1 minute and 44 seconds to go in the second penalty to Grayson Bradley.
You kind of see the old teammates there. Heath Bradley, he hit Mason Bradley hard into the Trappers bench, but then usually where Heath Bradley's not afraid to mix things up after the whistle, he looked up, saw it was his old teammate, and they just kind of patted each other there on that one.
A lot of Bradleys playing in this game as McIver sends that one down. Somehow misses the Jumbotron that, of course, sits very low here in the Gardens. This brought around another Bradley here with it. This is Heath as he has it. Now all the way back. It's going to go out of the zone, but it's all about killing off time at this point as Thomason has it. Thomason sends it all the way down, and they're going to have to try to reset it again as Ruddy comes out to play it. Heath Bradley there playing it. Bradley with a hot behind the net. Can't make a play, and now he flips over a sprawling Blair who got knocked off, and now there's Gravel trying to take the puck. Bradley now in the neutral zone. Puck's loose. It comes down. Thomason keeps it from going all the way into the Trappers zone, and now he sends it back out. And a much better second power play kill here for the Trappers as the Cubs trying to get anything going. They finally solve McIver as this goes all the way down. McIver's now going to play it. 37 seconds to go on the power play. McIver, he gives it up. Miller's shot stopped by McIver. He can't hold. And that's Ryan Miller with a great opportunity as McIver. We've seen him be so good, and he's starting to waver a little bit here as here's Carson Ruddy. Ruddy's pass is off a stick of Gravel, and here's Trudel. Trudel brings it across, and the Cubs trying to reset as here's Ruddy. Ruddy bringing it in, and it will be just offside. 12 seconds left to the second penalty to Grayson Bradley.
And when you watch guys like Mike McIver and Dom DiVincentis handle the puck, does it not make you want them to go for a goalie goal when the net's pulled on the other end? Like,
I think he could
so
get
good.
it.
I think both of them could get it.
Yeah.
Really, if they really wanted to, and that's been something I've been kind of joking about recently at battalion games with some of the battalion ops that I sit with. Like, hey, DiVincentis should be given the reins to go for it.
Yeah, for sure. We've already seen McIver put one right onto Ruddy earlier on in this penalty kill as here's Trudel. Now the penalty's over to Bradley as he heads off to the bench for a change. 13 minutes now to go in this hockey game. It's 2-1 in a second period that was dominated here by the Trappers. Lefebvre losing the puck, now gets it back. As that's Pyre who's able to get it down into the Cubs zone. Bringing it around is Major now behind his own net. And now all of a sudden it goes from a power play goal from the Cubs, and now here's a chance in front. He scores! And I believe that is Caleb Dawson with that one, as it's a bad giveaway in front of Ruddy, and another goal. That's now 5 goals in 2 games for Caleb Dawson.
Caleb Dawson, always a player here for this Trappers team, as he puts one pass, as you said, right there on the doorstep, cleaning up where the big dogs like to eat. And of course, it's going to put a smile on his face. It's going to put a smile on Chris Dawson's face. And it's going to put a smile on head coach Doug Sanders' face as well, as now they've been able to get that one back that they just gave up on the penalty kill.
Which is huge, because we talked about the Cubs getting some momentum back, and that is a really big momentum killer. For sure, that could be a huge goal as we get into the second half of this period. as it's now played in the Trappers zone. They're fighting for it, and here's a chance, a cup shot, and that is stopped by McIver. That was Mason Brownlee, one of our players to watch for the Cubs, as he gets a great opportunity to try to cut this one back within one. The Cubs trying to get one back right away as it's brought back, and here's Blair. Blair, he's getting caught by Boys, and Boys trying to strip him of the puck, but he's not able to, and now it's down to Brownlee. Brownlee again, now he's getting team. There's 3 Trappers now in the corner next to the 2 Cubs. And Curry, it looks like it's Curry, Gravel, and Boys fighting for it. And now this one comes loose. Gravel can't find it as it's behind him. And now Boys trying to get it into the zone and back the other way. Here's Brownlee. Mason Brownlee, he's stopped at the Trappers line. It's brought back, and now kind of a back and forth game. As Blair, his pass, not very good to Doral. As Doral now plays it up to Roy. And here's a chance, and almost stolen by Heath Bradley, who's been all over the puck in the last few minutes, and Bradley is stripped of the puck. Here's Ouellette. Ouellette bringing it in, and he gets checked up at the line as that was a clean, almost hip check as it's brought around, and here's Blair fighting for it. He's been all over the puck lately as well. Young with it. Young brings it up, and his pass was not able to hit its intended receiver as that was Beamer, and now here's Bradley again. Bradley with Young, and he's has about 4 Cubs players on him, and it goes around to the other side, and now bringing it up, it's Olsen. Olsen with it now, and behind his net, he sends it all the way around for Dorell. Dorell brings it up, and now it's stolen by the Trappers again in that neutral zone. Thomason, and now it's brought up, and there's Beamer, who has it stuck in his stick. He was trying to go off for a change, but didn't want to get stuck with the too many men. Now brought up, it's put into the zone by Lefebvre. As that top line for the Trappers looking to come out now. And here's Lefebvre, who brings it in. Bradley still out there. Pyre with a shot that doesn't quite get through. And Bradley trying to get out for a change, it looks like, as he's looking kind of tired. He's going to get taken off by Dawson. And there's Lefebvre bringing it all the way around. And now Dawson goes into the corner to fight with Dorell. Dorell sends it down, and here's Bradley. That's Grayson Bradley there staying in, and now the Cubs trying to get something going as it's brought up, and here is Miller. Miller with a shot, but he's kind of stripped of the puck there as he's pushed off, and it goes all the way around, and Grayson Bradley again with it behind his own net. Now it's stolen, a shot comes out, and a good poke check from McIver disrupts that play in the high slot. 9:40 now to go. 3-1 Trappers. Each team with a goal here in this period so far. So now it's behind the net. Brought around, and that's Ouellette with it. Now Ouellette brings it all the way back, and the Cubs with it behind their own zone as they're getting double teamed now by the Trappers with an aggressive forecheck, and back come the Cubs. The pass not good, and that's going to go all the way down for an icing call as it almost ends up hitting McIver's pad with 9:16 to go. 3-1 Trappers.
Speaking of that Tri-City tournament, I went back the next year, and we finished in 3rd place that year with a different team, but the interesting story there was our coach disappeared at one point, and we didn't know what had happened to him until the news started to trickle in just before the bronze medal game that he had suffered a hernia and had to go to the hospital before our semifinal game. So we went in and with the mentality to win it for him, and we both times have been in that tournament, came home with a trophy. Although be it a bronze one.
He was okay right after?
Oh, yeah.
That's the important part of the story.
I remember, he was okay. I remember our next league game here back in North Bay, we were all kind of bummed, like, oh, Terry's not here, poor Terry.
Yeah.
And we were like, we gotta do it for Terry. And he burst into the room, he says, I'm here, but he didn't coach. He was still, obviously still had stitches in his side. So
at least it's good as the Trappers bring it back up with a burst of speed. Looking for Gravel in front, but it's broken up by the Cubs. Pretty close game here between these two players as Ruddy taken off the puck by Anello. As now it's a bad clearing attempt, and as it's brought up, and here's a great chance in front! And can't quite get the handle on it as Young brings it back up for the Trappers. Now in the neutral zone. Cubs with possession, that's Trudell. Another guy who's been all over when they had their power plays. He's been a great anchor there at the back end as he brings it up. But a bad pass again. The passes for the Cubs not good in that neutral zone as Gravel sends it back in. And now it's Brett Ruddy, who's had a fantastic game here as well. Again, no shots are not on the board here, so we can't see how many saves he has, but he's definitely at probably around 30 saves at this point with 3 goals allowed. 7:40 now to go. And, the Cubs looking to get at least one more here in the next few minutes to try to make this a tight game into the stretch, as here's Bradley, and Beamer not able to get it as it goes all the way back now, and with it is Trudell. Trudell sends it over, and this is Ray with it. Now brought up. And here is Brownlee. And here come the Trappers back again. Here's Pyre. Pyre over to Bradley, but he's not able to make it. And again, Bradley going off for a change, as he's been playing a lot with that second line, as in here's Lefebvre. Lefebvre trying to send it all the way up, and now trying to throw his body around. Here's an opportunity here for Cote, as Cote now hitting a chance in front. And that was Carson Ruddy with the shot. McIver up to the task, and another save for Mike McIver.
Got to also give credit to New Liskeard itself. It's situated in a very nice area in Ontario, up north, right on the shores of Lake Temiskaming. And I've spent a couple of weeks there for work in New Liskeard, while working out of Englehart, but you got to stay in New Liskeard because there's actually no offense to Englehart, there's actually things to do in New Liskeard. And I got to give a shout out to some free advertising to the restaurant there, 28 on the lake, and their pan-fried pickerel.
Yeah.
Top notch.
I imagine. As Trappers trying to gain the zone, they lose it, and now it's back to the near side. There's McGill with a little shot on Ruddy, but easily handled, as now there's Dorrell. Dorrell brings it up, and up come the Cubs, as that's now Godit Nickner who had it. Now it's sent back in, and the Trappers again up to Boys, and again that long pass is really been money for the Trappers, as Boys with a chance of shot, and it's stopped and steered aside by Ruddy, as he does a good job sending it into the corner. Now another shot by McGill almost finds its way past Ruddy, as he's able to squeeze the pad shut. 6:12 to go. 3-1 Trappers still in the lead.
And the game's kind of slowed down a little bit here over the last couple of minutes, as New Liskeard's really tried to clamp down defensively. And we'll have to keep an eye on Ruddy for you as well, to see at what point he gets pulled if the game remains close at this 3-1 score, because you have to think New Liskeard's going to want to go for it. They haven't had the greatest of seasons. The Trappers, who are having a league high, or the league record is 13-5. New Liskeard is currently 6-14, and they're 7th in the Great North U18 League, whereas North Bay is 2nd. So you have to think there's been an impressive showing here for New Liskeard to skate as well as they have with North Bay to this point.
Absolutely. Outside of that second period, there's a chance. Bradley, his tip from Anello's shot, almost has a chance, and now Beamer leaves it, and this is an opportunity now for the Cubs as they bring it up. Able to stay onside just barely. Here's an opportunity. Brings it over. Shot. Trudell shoots. And it's McIver. Again, very impressive with him getting over, and very good lateral movement from McIver to stop that with 5:39 to go.
The thing about that with Trudell is that was a great chance for the Cubs. He didn't get the shot off quickly. If he did, while McIver was still sliding over, he might have had a chance. But because McIver was able to slide over, and even though he was already down, he was able to set and see that shot coming in squarely. And McIver's too good of a goalie that you have to beat him, as we've seen with him moving east to west.
Yeah, exactly. As you said, McIver, of course, both goaltenders looking very impressive today, as it's sent back Blair now down into the corner, and that is Ouellette with it. Now taken by Ruddy, and now it's brought up by the Trappers, as looks like Ruddy stops it at the corner, and now Ruddy goes into the corner for the Cubs. Him and Ouellette double teaming down in the corner, but it's brought up on the other way, and that was Onello who was sending it down, and it's brought in by Blair now in the defensive zone for the Cubs as he brings it up. Of course, son to head coach Jonathan Blair is also the GM, as we talked earlier, of Hearst. It's behind the net now, as here's Pyre. Again, that top line for the Trappers being very impressive. Dawson, Pyre, and Lefebvre. Here's Dawson, already a goal today. Dawson dances in between everybody as he sends it back to Lefebvre. And now here's Lefebvre with it in the corner. Lefebvre with a couple of Cubs on him. Lefebvre able to impressively keep that puck out. And now a big hit, as that was right on Siggett. And now back come the Cubs. Here's an opportunity as it goes off the stick of Ray. And now Lefebvre again, as we talk, he's not afraid to hit the body. Here's Gravel. Gravel with an opportunity. All alone, Gravel scores! Not Beamer this time. It is Nate Gravel
And my goodness, almost looked exactly like Beamer's goal, shorthanded. This time it's 5-on-5, and that pretty much will ice it here with 4:26 to go. It's 4-1 North Bay.
It would have been really meta if you said, for real this time. What a great goal there by Nate Gravel, and a good stretch pass as well, as he found himself in alone behind the Cubs defense and able to get in there. And like you said, almost a carbon copy goal from Beamer. The only difference is he got him on the blocker side. Beamer beat him 5 holes.
Yeah. Very impressive.
Cleanly both times.
Yes, for sure. Both the Trappers showing what it's like with their 2 breakaways in this game, both resulting in goals. And now they're trying to get it out of the zone. And again, with the way that McIver's played and this defense has played, it's going to be very hard pressed for the Cubs to find 3 goals in the next 4 minutes. As it's sent the other way, all the way down, and now here come the Cubs. Opportunity, it's knocked aside, and the shot by Miller goes into the corner as it goes off the skate of Ethan Boys. There's an opportunity behind the net. They're fighting for it. There are a couple of sticks tied up as it's brought around on the other side. And it's brought back to the neutral zone. The Cubs trying to get something going. Their neutral zone game has definitely struggled, as there's Thomason trying to send it over there for Boys. This one, Anthony Boys. As it's brought back, and again, very kind of sloppy play from the Cubs as they're not able to really get good zone possession here. And it's brought around. There's Trudell. Trudell with a pretty impressive game so far on the back end for the Cubs, as his pass is no good in the neutral zone. And there's McGill. McGill sends it up, and that's off a skate. And here comes Grayson Bradley. Took a penalty earlier in this game, and unfortunately, the Trappers a little too excited on that play as he comes in offside.
Yeah, you can see the disappointment as well as he just flicked the puck down along the glass. But Grayson Bradley, again, as you mentioned, serving that penalty, really looking to activate himself into the play as well, and kind of maybe make amends for his earlier transgression. Not able to do so on the offside.
It was almost in a really good opportunity for Jacob Beamer. That just comes down, and that's going to be an icing call against the North Bay Trappers. 2:50 to go here with a 4-1 Trappers lead.
Good game here for the Cubs altogether. I would have to say, even though they find themselves down 4-1, it's not a 4-1 score in my mind, though. It's a lot tighter than it has been. It's kind of like how we talked about that Voodoo's-Hearst game where the Voodoo's came out, with the 6-3 victory, but that third period made it an awful lot closer. This Cubs team has shown that they're able to escape with this Trappers team and really put some pressure on when needed.
Exactly. It was 2-1. It felt like the Cubs had a lot of momentum once they were able to cut the lead in half early on in this third period, and it was really that goal from Caleb Dawson that I think really kind of took the spirit out of this Cubs team a little bit with that momentum as this is brought down. Speaking of Dawson, as he tries to get that puck, it'll be another icing call with 2:31 to go.
Also, we talk about, we talked about Justin Brazo earlier. We got to give a big shout out to Danny McDonald, who was his coach with the Cubs organization in New Liskeard, who helped, open up the eyes to the battalion and get him to be a 13th round selection by the troops. He played a cup of coffee with the Powassan Voodoos as well when he was still an affiliate player with the battalion. And it got to the point where the Voodoos thought they were going to get him back the next year, but then he made the North Bay Battalion, and, well, the rest is history.
And 13 rounds, there's not that many rounds in the OHL draft.
15.
Exactly, and here's an opportunity shot. And Dawson looking for a second of the game and his 6th goal and 8th point in 2 games, which is a ridiculous number to think about, but unfortunately Ruddy up to the task, who's played very well in between the pipes here this evening for the Cubs.
Yeah, Brazo, again, we say that the rest is history, and I mean, the guy was a couple of goals away from Nick Kiprios, who has scored a North Bay record, I believe, 62 goals in a season with the Centennials. Brazo had 60 himself.
Absolutely crazy. Here's an opportunity. Oh, man, what a great chance there. Curry going in between the legs. He's not able to stop it, and now here come the Cubs. The other way, as it looked like it was Renault who got knocked off the puck there, and now in the corner, here's an opportunity here for Ray. Now behind the net as they both are trying to fight for it. And the Trappers are going to come away with it, it looks like, as back into the corner once again. Both teams fighting for it. Now there's a giant scrum of Cub and Trapper players in the corner. Now it's brought up by Curry. Curry, he's got Boys. Boys coming up. Boys bringing it up. He's got Curry going down. What a pass. Curry shoots, scores. What an absolutely beautiful play between both of them of long extended tic-tac-toe as Curry sends it in and ices this game with 1:27 to go. It's 5-1 North Bay.
What a beautiful passing play there by the Trappers to feather it in and get Curry, who was unable to beat Ruddy 5-hole. And again, you know, goaltenders always feel like they let their team down, but I keep getting a look at Brett Ruddy here, and I'm just thinking, no, he's not the reason why this team hasn't been able to win. They just haven't been able to solve Mike McIver, because they have gotten some good looks on McIver, but McIver's just proving why he's a battalion prospect and why he's played 2 games with the troops so far this year.
Yeah, not much you can do there defensively either. Anthony Boyes with a beautiful saucer pass over the sticks, right, pretty much like a quarterback leading his receiver right to Curry, who does it, and that's the kind of chemistry we've seen with some of these guys like Lefebvre and Dawson and Poyer and Boyes. And there's one thing you see, especially the top 2 lines for this Trapper team, is a lot of line chemistry.
Well, you can definitely tell these guys have played together before, right? So, I mean, the only thing that they're missing right now is Justin Russo, who is a year older than them, but they are looking like they don't miss him so much on the ice, although his leadership's still very valuable to this team.
For sure, as we go down to the last minute of play, McIver just will glove down that one from Brandon Dorrell.
I should say Russo is a great player by all accounts for the Trappers. It's just the way this Trappers team has played. I mean, the scores of these last 3 games we've seen here over the last week indicate that it's coming from committee.
Exactly. As there's a shot, McIver, easy blocker save there. We've seen that with the battalion, of course, as they've gone through their own injury troubles, and they haven't really missed a beat too much offensively. Here's a good opportunity here for the Cubs with a minute to go to try to put at least a little bit of a dampen on McIver's numbers, as they're fighting for it now, and it's Bradley. Heath Bradley is going to get knocked off the puck, and the Cubs are going to collect it. Less than 30 seconds now to go in this opening period. Bradley with another steal. He's been all over the puck in this 3rd period. As it's brought back, and it's Cameron Olsen now getting knocked off the puck as there's Young a chance. Young in front, and it's stolen back by Maverick Hill. And now up come the Cubs. Going through, there's a shot, and that's stopped. That was Godot Nickner with the shot as Thomason now. He's behind. He has the puck behind the net with 7 seconds to go. They're just going to hold it and run out the rest of the clock. And the North Bay Trappers come into this period up 2-0. They give up the goal. It looked like it was going to be close, and then they score 3 unanswered and you got to feel bad for Brett Ruddy, who had a great game, and unfortunately for him, as you see, he's a little frustrated there. He's going to come away giving up 5 goals in this contest.
Yeah, and honestly, by all accounts, he's been very impressive. I think he was one of the most noticeable Cubs, along with Rivard and his brother being Carson Ruddy. Being impressive as well, and of course, got to give a shout out to Mason Brownlee. His father, Glenn Brownlee, bit of a familiarity there, also working for the railway. So I've known Glenn for a couple of years now, so always happy to see his son playing for the Cubs. And obviously some familiarity here in North Bay as well, as he played for the U16 Trappers last year. But with that being said, Ben, why don't we move into our 3 stars of the game?
Tonight's 3 stars is brought to you by Dave's Automotive Services, 411 Airport Road in North Bay. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect from Dave's.
How about I give you my thoughts for the 3 stars?
Sure.
You can tell me if I'm an idiot or not.
Okay.
So number 3 coming in is Brett Ruddy. I thought he had a fantastic game, like we said. The numbers are a little inflated, allowing 5 goals there, but really I thought he had a very solid game for this new Liskeard Cubs team. Second star of the game, I got to give it to Jacob Beamer. That he was all over the puck. You know, he scored the first goal, the icebreaker here of this game. Would have been the game winner if they hadn't given up that goal in the 3rd period. And first star of the game, I got to go with Mike McIver, the battalion prospect. Looked very solid in this one as well. Cash money, as they call him, and looking fantastic here between the pipes for the Trappers in red.
Well, hard to argue with that, as McIver looking both goaltenders looking fantastic, which is not something you usually say in a 5-1 contest, but the Trappers really showing you why they're second in this league, as they played absolutely fantastic. Well, we thank you for joining us here this evening and spending your Friday evening with us here in Memorial Gardens. For Courtney Kenny, I'm Ben Sargent. And as always, the Trappers coming away with a 5-1 victory, scoring 3 unanswered here in the 3rd period to come away with victory here. And as always here, for everybody here at the front line, keep your eye on the front line.
Meals are a special time for families to gather, share their day, and spend quality time together. Those dinners are made extra special when you add tropical produce found in the markets and grocery stores that carry La Huerta imports. La Huerta knows the importance of family, so they know which quality products make the best quality meals for your customers, whether it be Mexican Hass avocados, Brazilian figs, Ecuadorian red dragon fruit, or something just as exotic and special. To get your supply of the best tropical produce at competitive prices with brands buyers trust, contact La Huerta Imports at 705-752-1478.
Community engagement is one of our core focuses at McDonald's. The key is finding the right people who are passionate about the same things we are, helping kids be kids. McDonald's proudly supports local organizations such as the North Bay Regional Health Center Foundation, Big Brothers Big Sisters, One Kids Place, the Children's Aid Society, and Ronald McDonald House Charities. Stop by McDonald's on 1500 Fisher Street, North Bay to see how we can serve you and the community every day.
Hey there, I'm Mike the Financial Advisor. When you strip it down to its core and you take away all the industry jargon, I help people solve financial concerns. So if you're concerned that you'll never save enough to retire comfortably, or that your kid is going to graduate post-secondary $40,000 in debt, or maybe even that life is going to take a really unfortunate sideways turn and somebody is going to have to open a GoFundMe page for you and your family, I can help you prevent all of those things from happening. If you want to see how, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just do a search for Mike the Financial Advisor. You should find me.